Okay, so we're here at Trex University with Shawn, our composite guy with AdvantageLumber.com. He's our in-house guru here of everything composite. I want to talk about curves. Not yours, Shawn.
Thanks for not mentioning that.
Not mine either. So everybody likes to curve, you know, the deck stairs. We got an example here. Is that something a homeowner can do, or is that like, you know, level 5?
You know, this is really level 5. When you get into doing curves, there is definitely a process to make.
And you've done a lot of them yourself, right? I mean, you used to be in the field doing thousands of these things.
We did a lot of decks over the years.
You probably didn't do it in the beginning of your career. You're a little scared?
No, yeah, it's something that came out, and eventually somebody was actually at one of these tours at Trex University and noticed that, hey, when those boards are hot, they really move around. So they went home and they actually tried it. They said, hey, what happens if we heat up a board at home, and figured out a way to make the board pliable again so they could make the curve. So it
becomes like a spaghetti noodle then. You can form it and then it goes right back to a solid form like we have here. I mean, that's, if you're thinking about doing that in wood, that's like, wow, expensive, wow, a lot of time. But this, you're heating it up, bending it, letting it cool in place. What's the actual process to actually do that though?
You can also use the heat blankets that they use in electrical work for doing PVC. They're conduit. Use a heat blanket. You got to get it to the exact right temperature, the exact amount of time, and then you have a pretty short time window while it's still heated to bend it into shape.
Do you put it into a form, or do you actually just bend it right to the deck boards?
You know, traditionally everybody's going to put it into a form. If you're paying somebody to come and do it, they're actually going to create this radius. They're going to create a form so they can put it into place and have it cool down and then screw it into your deck.
So you're taking like a piece of plywood with some wood cut out, and you're making a form for it, and you're kind of getting it like a hot noodle and then putting it into the plywood form, let it cool there. And then when it's totally cool, pop it out and screw it down.
Which is real important, so as you notice that they've done a really nice job of keeping their groove and everything's consistent all the way through. If you were to try to do this in place, you would have to use the other board to hold yourself tight to get the same form, which then you're not going to have the proper gapping. So by doing it in a form like we're talking about, creating that template, you'll be able to keep all your boards even.
Okay, so if I'm doing like curved stair, that sounds like it's adding a lot of money to the project.
It's going to add some time, and it is going to be a little bit more expensive, a little bit more technique, a little bit more experience, and you almost always are going to damage 2 or 3 boards in trying to do one. So you almost have to figure triple the amount of material to get there. Some of the guys that are really good, that have done curves for a long time, they probably tell you, oh, I can do that in one shot. But for the new guy, somebody that doesn't do it very often, they're going to ruin a few boards, and they got to.
So it really doesn't sound fair. I mean, lawyers practice law, doctors practice medicine, but carpenters just supposed to know this stuff. We don't. You say throwing away 2 or 3 boards, like it does take some getting used to. You got to practice on the job to get that perfect curve, right?
It does. It does. You spend a lot of time doing the curves.
So we're practicing carpentry. Yes.
We're practicing carpentry. Carpentry 101. Curves 101.
So if I want a curve look in my project, but I don't want to spend that money, I come over here on this display and I'm seeing this looks like some curves going on. Is this something a homeowner could do? I mean, it looks like, you know, something maybe, am I cutting this with a jigsaw? How are you actually doing a component like this? Or am I?
Yeah, you could do this at home, and this is a great way. That's a great point. Here's a way to get a curve in your deck without having to have the heating tool, without having to take the time. It does take a little bit of blocking. You do have to allow for yourself to have support underneath the ends of these cuts.
So every butt joint, I want to have a piece of blocking between the framing.
Excellent. Yeah, you want to be able to hold up both sides of that board. You can see here that they've used their plugs to fill those screw holes when they're putting this together. They now
have every butt joint, yeah?
They now have their new butt joint. Since there's not a joist under each one of these, you are going to screw and plug these, because this is just going to be flat blocking in underneath so you can get this look. The other thing you might want to add is the joist tape on top of that flat blocking at all these
Certainly.
points.
Make those joists last longer.
Make those joists last longer.
Some of this decking goes 50 years. Some of that joist might not go 50 years. So we want to get as many years out of the joist as we can. So put the joist tape on top of that.
Yeah,
on top of that
that
joist.
flat blocking is going to hold some water, right. So we want to protect it the best we can.
So if I was actually cutting this curve, if you're doing this on a job, would you make a plywood template of this and do it with a flush trim router bit, or would you just, you know, scribe this with a pencil and a string and hit it with a jigsaw?
You know, that really depends on your level of detail. You know, I mean, you could cut each individual board and make it work, but you may not get this nice clean line like they've done here. You're going to be way ahead to do it on a template, to lay it all out, to create your arc, to cut it all in one shot. And those things are going to go a long way in having that professional finish.
Okay, so sacrificing a couple pieces of plywood to get that curve down right, to get that cut right, probably the way to do it before you go cutting a bunch of deck boards. We're adding a bunch of time here though. I mean, if this is just a straight field of decking, we start getting curves, we're probably doubling the time of this project.
It's gonna take you probably twice as long.
Okay.
It really is. Between the blocking and the extra cuts, you're gonna make a mistake or two. It's gonna take you a little more time. It is a very unique look, but and
I don't know, when you were doing contracting, when I was doing contracting, if I saw curves, I know unless you do curves all day long, whether it's woodworking, decking, whatnot, that's one of the hard things to price. I mean, a lot of contractors struggle just pricing a job that's just standard square stuff. So you might really be paying for a curve, because I always shot those jobs way high because it was difficult to figure out how long is it going to take to do this curves. Is that the kind of the norm in the industry?
It's going to be the norm in the industry. If you don't do curves all the time, as you pointed out, if you're not doing these on every 2 or 3 jobs that you do, you're going to give yourself that extra time. You're going to err towards, what if it takes me all day?
Right.
You're
so
going to figure that in.
If I'm a homeowner, I'm going to do it, my time, not the biggest consideration. I'll mess around with the curves. But if I'm going to hire a contractor, I probably want to look through some of their work and find a guy that's done a bunch of curves, because he's going to be more efficient, at least at the pricing theology, right?
He's going to have a better idea, and he's not going to overcharge you on that line.
Right. Excellent. So curves cost money. They take time, but they do look pretty. So if you need some help figuring out how to lay out your decking, how much extra waste you need, because it's something we didn't touch on, waste. We want to go heavier on the waste if we're doing curves. One, not you're going to screw up the cuts. You might screw up a couple cuts, but you're going to have a lot more waste in something with curves, right?
You are, because you got to remember, composite boards come 12, 16s, and 20s. And so you've got to try to figure that into your consideration of where you're going to lay your curve out. Try to get the most use out of them. Composite boards are expensive, and so you want to try to get as much out of that board as you can.
So we got different colors going on here. Of course, we're at Trex University. They want to show you what's possible, but from a design standpoint, do you really think we should mix and match colors? First off, you got to stay in the same product line of Trex, right? You can't just be mixing different product.
You want to stay, yeah. So you keep your textures the same, right? I mean, we want the same
texture. The texture as well as the color, right?
Yep.
How would this look? Would you do something like this if it was all one color, or is it just not going to show up?
You wouldn't even notice this if it was all one color. You would just see a seam, right? You would just see the cut. So by mixing the colors is really helping this stand out. I personally like to mix colors in doing the decking. Would you
go light gray, dark gray? Would that be enough contrast, something like this?
You can get that same contrast with just two tones of gray.
All right, so I don't have to go brown gray. I just go light gray, dark gray, and still look cool.
Nope, still look cool.
Okay.
When we look at nature, we don't see everything's not the same tone of color. So mixing the colors helps it feel a little bit more natural and get away from that plastic kind of a look that composites sometimes get.
Okay, so if you need some Trex decking, AdvantageLumber.com. Click the button, call us or email us. We'll help you figure out your project, whether it's straight or curved. Well, we got you covered.